Is he doing a reverse clem?
We've yet to see that, by the way. We've yet to see that. I can't wait for that to
I
eventually
wonder
happen.
why. I wonder why no one switches to Terran versus Protoss.
I know. I want to say,
Oh.
I think I've seen Hero do it. I've seen Hero play Terran, for fun though, like for memes. Like I think he's played Terran against Max Packs to avoid PvP. He's like, you know what? I'll have some fun. And he like, I think he did nothing but all in when he when he played Terran.
That's his idea of fun. I don't know. And speaking of our idea of fun, we are on ley lines where the lines are being laid. We're in the southwest corner of the map, all the way from the land of Korea through Canada through Korea. It is our blue Protoss representing Team Basilisk. Give it up for Trigger.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series in this PvP. Will it go the way of our Polish Protoss or our Canadian Protoss? Up to you to decide. Best of luck.
So yes, I am a whiny Terran, although I don't play Terran. I don't play anything actually. I haven't played a competitive game of StarCraft in something like 5 years.
Hey, 100% win rate.
I do all the 100% win rate in
Yeah.
broadcasted matches.
Yeah.
So there's that.
True.
There's that. Yeah.
MVP of luck.
But no, I have about something like 70 career games in Terran, and that includes Wings of Liberty. So I'm a Gold League caster. I know my place.
You still have that 100%. It's fine.
Yes.
For now, though, we do have some standard openers. It's going to be 2-gate opener out of Krystianer, 2-gate opener out of Trigger as well. We have Stalker Sentry from both sides so far. Mirrored builds, mirrored setups. Nothing crazy. Not yet.
Yeah, doesn't play but whines about Protoss. Yes, that's typical Terran, indeed.
With Terran, that's everyone on Reddit.
But you have the cause and effect is reversed. It's because of Protoss that we don't play. Like, we went up against Protoss, we lost, and decided this is bullshit, and we don't play anymore.
Story of
Then
Steel.
we whine. Story of Terran.
From here, though, we are going to be settling in. We do have initial openers. Natural bases are being taken here for the time being, and we're waiting to see either player deviate. Speaking of, we have our tech of choice, Twilight Council, out of Trigger.
Krystianer looks like he's setting up for a scout with that. No, it is a proxy. Yay! Proxy, yay!
Does set up his proxy. He does
Proxy
keep
good,
the
proxy
probe.
fun.
He does keep his probe in position as well, so he may even commit into a gateway here as well. So we'll see how aggressive Krystianer plans on being. Does also take up into a Twilight Council, but that is a delayed Twilight Council out of Trigger. Sorry, out of Krystianer. Oh.
Okay, they were moving out. Oh, he concentrates fire on the hallucinations first, losing a lot of DPS there, but the force fields of Krystianer keep the sentries of Trigger away, and they couldn't really defend that. Those stalkers. Trigger does catch one of the stalkers of Krystianer on the side of the force fields. Does manage to catch it. So nice little trades here, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, very nice pickups here by Trigger to be able to catch out a sentry, catch out a stalker, but here comes the intercept. Here comes the warpins from the pylon.
Good control by both of these players right now. But this time Krystianer is on the other side of the map. Trigger might be on the back foot here. Is he going to scout the proxy there?
Yes, he's trying to fight on two locations at once. We do see Krystianer once again reinforcing. Looks like Krystianer, he will lose the battle on the right-hand side, but he does still keep pushing in.
He did drag Trigger out of position, but he also had some stalkers at home to defend, and Krystianer just didn't have enough to capitalize on this move, and now gets his forces stuck here on the map. Maybe he needs a recall, I think. Definitely doesn't want to lose that.
Yes, he bleeds out a lot of units here. He can try to recall, he can try to preserve this.
Even exposes the probe.
Barely, barely out of vision. That little alcove was barely out of vision of the stalkers.
But he does catch the proxy location pylon here. Yeah, it was a nice move by Krystianer, but it didn't pan out as well as he had hoped, I think. And now the adepts coming in here. One of them goes down almost immediately. The other will do a little bit of damage, but nothing crazy.
So 2 more adepts to go down. Likewise, Trigger, he only loses 2 probes. So far, a better trade here from Trigger. Behind this, going for a gateway explosion, getting him to 4 gates. Likewise, so is Krystianer. Both players delaying their expansions. Krystianer is going to be the first to take his 3rd base, but Trigger, he shouldn't be too far behind.
Trigger is getting a warp prism. Blink has been finished for quite a while for Trigger. Krystianer is still working on his. If Trigger moves in right now, he might have a little bit of an advantage while pushing, especially with the warp prism.
Yeah, unfortunately, despite getting Blink earlier, Trigger, he hasn't really been able to flex that upgrade advantage over his opponent yet. But with that Warp Prism, he can reinforce, right? So he's going to be the aggressor here. He's going to push out. He will have reinforcements on the front lines. Looking at the units tab, the Stalker counts are comparable between the 2 players, but Trigger does have those sentries.
Krystianer goes for a 6-minute probe scout there, just to see what Trigger has in his 3rd base. So he has some information. He's getting ready for the move out by Trigger here to push into this base. Gonna catch some of these workers as they are being transferred.
It does get caught out. Trigger, he does have the greater concave moving in, forcing Krystianer back. Shield battery's not ready. The boys, they have to be pulled.
Krystianer, in the meantime, sends a couple of adepts from the proxy location, a 2nd pylon proxy location, into the base of Trigger. I don't know if that's going to do enough damage, especially if he loses his 3rd base.
Yeah, I mean, the probes are going to be going down and boys are being pulled across map, but as you mentioned, this 3rd base is under fire. We do see as an attempt to surround here by Krystianer, but Trigger, he just has so many stalkers.
Krystianer is pulling this apart, though. Trigger is not concentrating on the base, so that buys Krystianer a lot of time to warp in more units.
Yeah, he does reinforce. He does.
Nexus.
Yeah, it does warp in. Going for the prism. Oh my god. Prism goes down, the base will still fall, there's no saving this expansion. Meanwhile, those depths are still wreaking havoc, by the way. They got 10 probes across the map.
Very nicely done by Krystianer. Very patient defense here, and it's actually going to maybe clean up Trigger's stalkers here? Question mark?
Are you intentionally saying Krystianer, or are you...
My brain is not good, as we've established. Someone took my amygdala and kicked it in the butt.
Oh no.
And it hasn't been...
I wasn't sure because you explained it before, so I didn't know if you were doing that on purpose. I don't know.
When do I ever do anything on purpose?
It's fine, it's fine.
I'm a Terran, I'm a victim of circumstance.
Oh, no.
I'm a whiny Terran.
Oh no. But Krystianer, he does defend back at home, he does deflect, but upon losing that expansion, so going to be down here in the economy. His probe count is pretty comparable with Trigger, but he's on distance mining.
Krystianer. No, I didn't say Krystianer. I'm just bad at words. I was not disrespecting.
Oh no. As Krystianer, he does set up, or he's trying to recover, I should say. Immortal production is well underway, extra gateways as well. Trigger, he does have momentum, and it's going to be a tough hold here for Krystianer. Now, there are ways to bounce back. Once then, he can warp in more adepts. He can try to force Trigger back home, but I don't know if Trigger will take that bait. Actually, never mind, does turn back around for a moment.
I don't know why. Trigger had a really good push here. Oh, it's just... It does have the warp prism. It should be on the other side of the map. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he will defend against the adepts. Zelsa get across the map, but now he does confirm how little there is to defend. As you mentioned, now he should commit. He should push.
Okay, I like it. So it didn't completely back away from the attack. It was just making sure he's safe while doing some run-bys. So, yeah, okay, maybe a better decision than I thought.
They'll say peel off into the middle line. They drag Krystianer out of position, and now Trigger, he moves in.
There is a shield battery over here in the natural base. The 3rd base is quite exposed, though. Stalkers get into the mineral line.
To get in, they'll say
great concave by Trigger.
He's got the better concave, more reinforcements, and GG gets called. Krystianer, he gets overwhelmed, and Trigger, he will take game number 1. GG.
Yes, for those who aren't up to speed, back in the day when I was casting Krystianer, see, I'm doing it again. For some reason, I read that there's another I after Krystianer. And that got stuck in my head, even though there was no I in that thing. And it's apparently the bug is still in the brain. It can't go away.
Old habits die hard. They die. It's okay.
They don't die at all.
No.
They just don't die. They're immortal.
But GG will play it again. Trigger, he was able to get a little momentum early on. It was really chaotic actually, the early game between Krystianer and Trigger when it came to the early game aggression. We had Stalkers, Adepts kind of like moving in, moving out, behind the armies as well. In the end, Trigger, he did outtrade his opponent. That all led into his big moment, which was knocking down the third base. Once he was able to bring down that third, Krystianer, he just had a very hard time recovering and building up from there.
But still, good work by Krystianer to just counterattack all the time. He did great work with the adepts constantly. He had a good shot in there. He was very active. It wasn't easy for Trigger to get that executed. Anyway, speaking of things that don't work properly, we are on Amygdala. We're in the northeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of Poland. Representing Offside Gaming, it is our red Protoss. Give it up for Krystianer.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Canadian Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Team Basilisk, leading the series 1-0. It is Trigger.
Yes, Einstein, you can't teach a sock puppet new tricks. An old sock puppet. Which is what I am.
No.
Definitely feel old. Definitely feel like a sock.
I mean, for those that are old school viewers of the Cranky Ducklings, if I'm not mistaken, there was a puppet before the puppet, right? There was a.
I forgot to bring the prop box. It's behind the green screen.
It's fine. But if I remember correctly, right before like the more suave, the more scandalous puppet that you have now, there was an older puppet, right? Am I crazy? Why? Or
no.
No? Okay.
I had the flags first. That was the first prop I used.
Okay.
I had the flags, and I think I had the ducky as well. I had the little duck that was on the microphone, and then I got the puppet.
Okay.
Because someone suggested we do a sock puppet as a joke. Someone suggested that we do a sock puppet cast, and I just took that to heart, and I just bought a really nice puppet I found on a puppet on Etsy. And I was like, "Oh, this looks really cool!" And I'm like, "All right, I'll buy that." Yeah. And I didn't tell anyone. Even Kuro didn't know. Kuro was streaming, was producing the episode. She didn't know. It's just the camera went on, and just there was a puppet casting. That was a great reveal, I think. I'm very proud of that. I was able to keep a lid on it and not expose my plan for like a few weeks while it was brewing.
I was peak steal mode. Meanwhile, Krystianer is going for a one-base all-in. He's going for a one-base all-in. Trigger, he immediately scouts the all-in. He will focus on the pylon. Pylon goes down. Second pylon is up though. The robot will be maintained, and Krystianer, he will keep the proxy going. But again, the power of surprise there is no longer there. Trigger knows.
And losing those two pylons is pretty bad. That's a lot of minerals to lose at the beginning of the game when you are in a one-base all-in, in a proxy.
Yes, Trigger still does maintain himself. He does poke in once again with those Stalkers. He will confirm the initial Prism opener here of Krystianer. That's a lot of Adepts. He's going to try to chase us down. Oh.
Seeing Adepts killing Stalkers is kind of, I wish we did a little more damage here.
Yeah, as the Adepts, they do get into the main base. As a reminder, two Adepts, they one-shot probes, so the mineral line is going to be exposed. Behind this, Trigger trying to build up his Stalker count, and probes are going to be going down. Oh.
Okay, one adept goes down. More stalkers are coming in to defend, and this attack will be shut down, at least for now. It might keep Trigger on this side of the map for a while now, but I don't see a problem with that. He is on 2 bases. He can recover the walkers that he lost pretty easily. Krystianer is still on 1 base. I don't know if Trigger should be moving out right now.
Yeah, he's being very proactive here. Very risky maneuver by Trigger, but he does end up reinforcing now with his own Immortal, with his own Robo. Nice force field here out of Krystianer. He does look down one of the Stalkers.
Yeah, does he even know that he knows that he's in a 1 base all in, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't scouted on the other side of the map, but he knows,
Yeah.
just, from the flow of the game that there's no base there. Oh, almost catches the War Prism.
Prism does survive. That's
Like
2
double
Stalkers going
Immortal
down.
They kill Immortals so fast. Sorry, the Immortals kill Stalkers so fast.
Yeah, that's a 3rd Stalker falling, so that's going to be 3 Stalker kills already. Nice pickups here from Krystianer. He rotates over towards the low ground. Sentries are in position. Force fields are available. Trigger does not have shield batteries, though.
China trading so much better so far in the game.
Game
Oh.
paused.
As looks like we might have some latency issues here. A really rough moment to pause is what I will say, because we are in the middle of engaging, but it might be latency, might be
Yeah.
something else though. Maybe someone at the door.
Gotta get that DoorDash thingy. What is
Yeah,
it?
menu
What's the
log. Menu log.
thing? Menu log, right. All the way in Poland. Right, yeah. A pause in the middle of like a micro-intense situation there is always a little iffy for both players.
Yeah.
It really takes you out of the zone.
100%. As Krystianer does move back in, we'll focus on the pilot. That's not just the pilot. Oh my god.
Yeah, the War Prism for Trigger gets delayed there just as it was about to pop out, and the shield batteries are depowered
Yeah.
to boot, so it's gonna be a problem. But still, I don't think Krystianer is enough to actually push in there.
He's got 4 immortals.
Thinks he does.
Yeah, he has 4 immortals, mate. He can just force his way in. The Prism has arrived, does juggle well, does save one of the immortals, but again, Trigger, he's being overwhelmed.
Good juggling there with both players, but yeah, Krystianer just has too much. And we have ourselves a sideways 1-1.
GG, well played. Krystianer, he does overwhelm. Again, just some key pickups here and there, catching out some Stalkers, catching out the Pylon as well. So very nice target firing out of Krystianer. Despite Trigger scouting ahead of time, he was not able to stop the all-in.
Okay, so the Poland does have a menu log. It's called Pyszny, which means delicious.
It's owned by the same company that owns Menulog, actually.
Ah.
So if you
Oh, we got Sandworm is our next map. We haven't seen that today.
True. We've seen a lot of ley lines. We've seen mainly
A lot of ley lines.
Mainly
Just
ley
laying them
lines.
lines.
Yes.
All day long.
Everyone. Just taking them lines.
Krystianer? What? What? Espios, what does that mean?
It's the Iser. He is him. Takes the game.
Christiis? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And speaking of things I don't get, sandworm, where there are no sand and barely any sand and definitely no worms. In the northeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of Poland. Getting his Pyszny going there. It is representing Offside Gaming. It is not blue, not purple, red Protoss. Give it up for Krystianer.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Canadian Protoss player living in the land of South Korea, representing Basilisk. It is Trigger.
Is the opposite of ain't. Okay, so it's like, instead of Christ ain't, or it's Christ is. It's like a bad pun on a bad pun. it's not working. It's not working for me. And I know bad puns.
He does. He does.
Ask Eiston. I know my bad puns.
But yeah, for the first time tonight, we're going to be featuring Sandworm. Sandworm, of course, do feature these streak cones in the center, if you will, or dragon's teeth, or just massive spikes in the middle, which can disrupt some of the movements here.
It's Pope hats.
It's what?
They look like a Pope hat.
A Pope hat?
Pope hat.
Oh,
yeah, this is what the Pope's hat looks like.
Sure. 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 I guess.
So far, I'm the only one who sees this. I don't know why, but you know.
I didn't see it. But okay.
Let's say I'm the crazy one.
It's got the color. I'll give you that. It's got like the white like yellowish shade of color for sure. Sure.
I'll show you one day. I'll show you.
Okay.
See if I can find a picture.
For now, that we're going to be settling up, it is going to be a double gate opener out of a trigger, going for a Stargate. Meanwhile, Krystianer, 2-gate opener as well, into what looks to be a faster expansion. So we do mix things up here. Krystianer should be the initial defender with a faster base, and we should be seeing Trigger being the aggressor with the faster oracles.
I mean, on this map, it's okay. It helps you get over the annoying pathing in the middle of the map, right? Yeah. We have these air units that don't quite care about this nonsense. While stalkers can't quite chase them easily across the map, so it tends to work pretty nicely.
Yeah, the first oracle is going to be cornered.
We have seen situations where those bollards prevented stalkers from catching an air unit.
True.
It was running away from them.
Stalkers are thick units. They do not squeeze through. They don't fit.
Yeah, they do look a bit like a helmet, though. Like one of those skull caps, but like really elongated.
As we do have our initial depths getting across the map, getting 2 probe kills so far. Nothing major though. For the most part, Krystianer, he does keep up. He does defend, at least against the initial wave. Krystianer, he also scattered. With the hallucination, he's fully aware of what's going on. He is aware of the oracle.
The Adept even manages to get away, so that's nice. Nice to have in your back pocket. Oracle comes in. Shouldn't be doing too much damage. There is enough anti-air here, so it has to back away. Actually, it did get 1 kill.
Yeah,
it was a probe, okay.
And gets 1 kill so far. Nothing major, as you did mention, so just 1 kill with the Oracle. We did harass a little bit with the Adepts earlier as well. Both players working towards Blink, both players working towards the later game, but the Oracle does go back in, gets another 1, gets another 2 probes. Oh!
Good value out of that Warp Prism, not Warp Prism, the other one. Oracle. So far, but Krystianer is on top of that with the Stalkers. Blink is going to be finished for both players at the same time, so nothing crazy there. Krystianer is setting up another proxy. It's going to be a Stargate. No Stargate. Wait, the other gate, Warp Gate.
Gateways on the way here for Krystianer, so he can reinforce across the map. Likewise, getting up to his initial 3, soon to be 4 gate setup. So 4 gate Blink Stalker, hyper aggression here by Krystianer. He's hoping to overwhelm his opponents. Meanwhile, we do see Trigger did at least get a safety 3rd gateway, so his production is a little bit lower there than his opponent, but not by too much.
Proxy for Krystianer is going to be a great position for counter attack. So you see, the Stalkers have to go all the way around.
Yeah, they're thick. They can't fit.
Which is strange because they're probably taller than the actual bollard. They can just walk around them with their big legs.
Yeah, this is not to scale, See,
good use of the force fields there. Trigger trying to back away, but the bollards are getting in the way.
At the same time, while Krystianer is distracted, we do get Adepts here towards the right hand side. Meanwhile, the Oracle into the main, going for the stasis as well. Krystianer, he does notice in time that's still going to be 4 probe kills across the map.
Krystianer is pushing Trigger back, killing more Stalkers, and is going to be in a position to threaten that third base, and he does have that proxy location to reinforce from. It's very dangerous for Trigger right now.
Yeah, again, Krystianer, he's up a gateway, so he has more production, he has more Stalkers trying to break on through his shield batteries. They do come into play, though. Trigger trying to make a stand.
Nice blink micro from both of these players. The shield battery is depleted for Trigger. He does reinforce it with the Nexus, but it's not going to be enough. There are more and more Stalkers coming in, being worked from the proxy location. All those new shield batteries are going to go down.
Yeah, the Tursus Pylon does fall, which means nothing is powered. The shield batteries do fall, and the third base is going to be broken again. Krystianer, he did go into 4-gate aggression on 2 bases, and Trigger, he tried to expand, he tried to be greedy, he gets punished for it, and the third base is going to fall.
Actually, that's a good question. Can Colossi walk over the bollards? He should, right?
That's a good question. I want to say yes, but I don't think I've seen them walk through there, so I don't know.
We need verification before we give a full account. Speaking of verification, Krystianer verifying the fact that he can just kill space. I think this is not a holdable position for Trigger.
Yeah, again, Trigger just a little bit too greedy. He was unaware of what was going on. He did not scout the proxy gateway, and with that, Krystianer, he will overwhelm. The Immortal has arrived, but again, Krystianer, he can just dive on the Immortal, and he will.
Oh! Looking forward, GG is called. Krystianer going up to match point.
Yeah, and suddenly
2-1 in this series.
Krystianer, 1 game away from becoming our champion. Krystianer, he was dubbed Krystianer not too long ago. The reasoning for this is because Krystianer, outside of playing in a lot of Tuna Cups, he has won the most Sparkling Tunas in the history of our tournament series. Out of all any other players out there, he has won the most. And despite that, we had some heavy competition here this week, but he is 1 game away from claiming another win.
Indeed. But Trigger is not out just yet. He's proven himself pretty competent against Krystianer.
Yeah, he really has. In this last game, again, he was just a little bit too greedy. We've seen a lot of aggression, I mean, from both sides, to be fair. But in the last 2 games, in the previous game, of course, we did have Krystianer going for the 1-base all-in with a proxy robo, and Trigger maybe being a little bit too cavalier in that defense. And here in this game as well, similarly, we had Krystianer just being hyper aggressive, and likewise Trigger being caught off guard once again.
Those proxy locations, the proxy warpins, they're so powerful. It's so people you underestimate them, but they really can really swing a game when it comes to the Protoss.
Yeah, they really can, and we'll see if Krystianer can set up once again. As we are loading into our next game, we're going to be loading into Persephone as game number 4.
This is not ley lines.
True.
No more ley lines. We're done with ley lines for tonight.
Get it out of here. Get it out of here.
Get it out of here. No, I got it. Okay. Anyway, we are on Persephone, the bringer of spring and death. For some reason. Speaking of bringing up death, in the northwest corner of the map, all the way from the land of Poland, representing Team Offside are Red Protoss, up 2-1 in this best of 5 series. On match point, give it up for Krystianer.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Canadian Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Basilisk. Down in the series, we'll see if we can bounce back and force the ace match. It is a Trigger.
I should probably ask Kuro, what's the Polish pronunciation of Krystianer? Is it like Krystianer? Or something like that?
Something like that.
Because that will probably be the accurate one, right?
I mean, it's just Christian, like the name, like Christian, but Polishified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, if it's qualified, it's Krystianer.
That's true. We need more.
That's more qualified.
Yeah,
It has like
not
5 Z's in it for
Yeah.
some reason.
True, true.
5 Z's, 2 C's.
Yeah, there's a
5
W in there.
Ys.
Yeah. God damn. Look, there have been some great. There's someone in the chat that shows up every now and then that has a Polish name, like sorry, a Polish word as a name, and it's. I cannot even attempt to pronounce it. I can't even try.
I think I know. I thought it's Najlepsze szkody.
Maybe, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I know that name.
Uh,
It's another old name. I remember that from the Proxy Tempest's cast as well. That's when I learned how to pronounce that.
there you go.
Najlepsze szkody.
You got it.
I know all the very difficult Polish names, like Grzegorz Bielczykiewicz.
Meanwhile, one way soul in. Trigger is going for a one way soul in, and Krystianer, he does scout. I'm getting deja vu here of the game on Amygdala, but now the roles have been reversed as Krystianer is now the defender.
I wonder why this location though. This seems like such an exposed, like such an easy to detect. It's like right in the path of any scouting probe, right?
Yes, with that, the robo is going to be depowered. Likewise, we do see Trigger. He does try to bust past. Alas, he's going to be shut down. So far, Krystianer doing a great job here. The robo it's so heavily delayed.
This proxy is no longer a proxy. There's some finals coming up here, but I think Krystianer should be able to snipe those.
He should be able to.
Maybe not.
Yeah, Stalkers have a right that will distract Krystianer for the time being. Adepts are coming from behind, so Krystianer, he's going to have to back the hell off. He will have to retreat. He will not lose the Adept, sorry, lose the Stalker. He will barely save it. Oh! Oof.
The Stalker hiding in the steam.
Yeah.
I mean, its job is just to buy time, right?
Yeah, it is buying time. The robo is repowered. The first Immortal is on the way, so we are back in this. The All-In is back online. Likewise, Krystianer setting up here back at home, and Krystianer does go for a counterattack, trying to force Trigger back. Or even catching reinforcements.
Krystianer trying to sneak around. I don't know. That's not enough though. That's 3 Stalkers and a Sentry. Yeah, 1 Warpin is enough to deal with that, basically.
Yeah, he does trade well here. At the same time, we do see Trigger. He does get across the map, does catch one of the Sentries, gets one, gets through. The shield batteries in already.
Okay, 1 shield battery does manage to finish, but it's already depleted. The Immortal just does so much damage.
And you can see, even with this being delayed, this hits so hard. And we do have a couple of warp in of Zealous, so the shield batteries have been all shut down. We do see Krystianer trying to dive on that prism, but alas, he won't quite be able to get it. Oh.
He might be able to get that Immortal. As long as he keeps the Warp Prism away. He keeps on pushing. Krystianer, he's just chasing that. I mean, it shuts down the proxy attack, right?
Yeah, he's shutting it down for the time being, but alas, Trigger, he's not done. He's not done. He's still rallying across the map. Also, the person I was mentioning is in the chat. You can see the guy was like, wrong bro, so wrong him. But I think that's the... I think he... Something showed up.
Nailed it. I think Discord probably muted half of that because he thought it was background noise.
Yeah, he thought it was static, just in the background. Oh no. As here we go, we do have Trigger now moving in. Again, he does maintain both Immortals. Likewise, Krystianer, he has his own defensive Immortals now popping out.
Krystianer doesn't have a lot to defend, and 1 shield battery might not be enough here. There's no Warp Prism to juggle his Immortals, but well, Trigger does have a Warp Prism for that. It'll be a tough one.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. We have a 3rd Immortal on the way for Krystianer. Krystianer, he's not getting a Warp Prism of his own, but so far he is pulling off this defense. Krystianer being very aggressive here, being pulled out into the open.
And Trigger does now has 3 Immortals here, and the Warp Prism.
He is built up
Okay,
to...
now Krystianer does have 3 immortals. It's a game of how many immortals do you have right now?
Yeah, I mean, Trigger, he has micro potential, right? He's able to juggle back, able to preserve those units as well. Despite that, Krystianer, very nice target firing, does take down most of the Stalkers, and Krystianer, he will force this all the way back.
And Trigger's immortals are pretty low on health right now. And one was sniped, and now we're fighting over the proxy location, which might go down pretty fast if Trigger doesn't sacrifice units to gain that DPS somehow.
Yeah, the immortals, they go down one after the other. Every immortal falls, and that's going to be it. That's going to be game.
GG
gets called. Krystianer, he will take the series 3-1. GG, well played. A very intense finals, a very intense moment with that proxy. I was a little bit concerned that Krystianer was overextending, that he was being a little bit too aggressive on the map, especially when the robot got repowered. But no, with that Krystianer, he had reason to be aggressive, reason to be that confident. GG, very well played.
Yeah, very, very nicely done, very nicely defended, very good decision making, jumping on top of those Warp Prism, keeping the proxy attack away from the base, buying himself time to get more immortals out, and keeping them alive. And at the end, he just managed to catch Trigger with 1 second where he wasn't microing the immortals, and 2 of them went down, and the Warp Prism goes down, and then that's it. That's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I messaged Krystianer. I was like, GG, it's been a while, Papi. He's like, it's my cup, Papi.
My cup. This is my house. You don't come to my house.
True. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Krystianer. Again, he has won the most Sparkling Tuna Cups in the past. Despite that, really impressive run here, just because it was not an easy bracket for Krystianer whatsoever.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, he went through Cure to get here, of all people. He went through Geralt, he went through Oreo. The toughest opponent.
Yeah. He got past the wrists, past the mustache.
Past the wrists of Voltron. Past the wrist, past the mustache, past the Cure.
Exactly.
And past the Trigger.
It's very impressive performance there by Krystianer, especially because, again, he hasn't been as active recently in our tournaments. It looks like Krystianer was taking a little bit of time off, but maybe with the announcement of EWC, he has been reinvigorated and been motivated once again. So very, very well done there. Congratulations to Krystianer, and my condolences to the other competitors, but of course, they do still walk away with some prize money there. Trigger alongside Cure and Björn. And if you want to support this tournament, you can do so in a couple of different ways. ! Matcherino in the chat. There is a Matcherino page for this tournament. The prize money, the payouts are all done via Matcherino, so you can help boost the prize pool there if you wish. Otherwise, Patreon is the place to be. You can see our Patreon just under the bracket. We do fund this tournament via Patreon, and you can help us grow the tournament via Patreon as well.
Indeed, and I will stare at you until you go to Patreon and put some money in there.
He will do his best mana impression.
I will not break. I will not break. I will hold. Actually, I will not. I'm already bored with it.
But thank you so much.
I did my part.
You did. And thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of our patrons. Thank you so much, Steelmold, as well, for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. We do have 2 broadcasts here this evening. We just wrapped up with the Sparkling Tuna Cup, and we're going to be live once again in 2 hours with the HSL, with Hispanic StarCraft League.
Look at that. You actually get a couple of hours to take a nap and maybe eat something.
I am so scared to nap. I'm like, if I have 2 hours and I basically I can nap for like maybe an hour, and then I have to make sure I wake up and I don't keep sleeping. So I'm a little bit paranoid about napping.
I get. Also, if you take a too long nap, you wake up super groggy and like,
you have to hit that sweet spot.
You wake up more tired than you were.
Yeah, I think it's like 45 minutes. You have to hit like just before the next like REM cycle or something. There's something about that, but yeah.
For me, 15 minutes is like between 15 and 20 minutes. That's like the power nap. If I manage to nap for 15 minutes, I wake up fine. If I go longer than that, then I have to go like an hour and a half or something. Other than that, it's just like I wake up a zombie.
It's not going to be easy here, not going to be easy. But yeah, just checking out the schedule here for the Cranky Ducklings. You can see us. We just wrapped up the Sunday broadcast, and now you can see Monday, 1 a.m. KST. That is 2 a.m. AST. Again, that is in 2 hours time. We're going to be live with day 2 of the HSL. We have the War DTV Monday tomorrow. We have the Pigastorm Monday, the Rex April Madness, and so on. Plenty of content here throughout the month. Throughout the week, throughout the month. We have 2 casts a day every single day. Once again, though, we have half a day off on Friday. I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Steel, we didn't get
we're down to half a day off.
Yeah,
we're down to half a day off.
This week we had no time off at all. but this coming week we have half a day off. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and there's also a podcast on top of that.
True.
Just so you know.
True. No, bro.
It's the made my hedge.
But yeah, with that, you can follow us, you can support us here on the Cranky Ducklings. Otherwise, Steel Mold, where can people find more of you? What is the next...
Right here on the Cranky Ducklings.
What's the next overlay you're going to make?
There was a game that I was thinking about streaming. I think we talked about it last cast or something, but I forgot which one it is already because I was just playing Star Sector and Factorio, so what's the point? Yeah, but you can find me on twitch.tv/steelmold on the rare occasion where I do stream, and that will be where I am streaming. Twitch.tv/steelmold, that is twitch.tv/steelmold. And Light, where they can find you streaming Final Fantasy with your crazy band of degenerates who play Final Fantasy.
True. Exclamation mark Light in the chat, and you get a link to my Twitch and my YouTube as well. I do stream whenever I can. As you can see, I don't get to stream very often, but every now and then, we get half a day off from casting, and I'm able to stream some Final Fantasy. So that's going to be on Friday. Friday should be Final Fantasy stream. Otherwise, you can find me here on the Cranky Ducklings as we cast on a daily basis, every single day, multiple times a day. And again, our next broadcast is going to be in 2 hours time.
When are we getting Stick 'em Old in Final Fantasy 14? Probably never, because I saw you streaming for 6 hours last time, and I'm not doing that.
Oh, no.
Screw that.
But yeah, with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. Also, you can you can support us and follow us on all the social medias. YouTube is the place to be. Right now, we cast more than any other channel out there in StarCraft, more than anyone else. But if you can't watch something live, then YouTube is the place to be to watch the VODs yourself. So VODs are uploaded on a daily basis. Check out the YouTube, check out the Twitch, check out the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Otherwise, thanks for watching. And
shout out to our live YouTube watchers and live YouTube chat.
Yes,
it's not as active as the Twitch chat, but there are people there. We see you.
Yeah.
We see you.
It's usually more chill. It's sometimes more active. But yeah, with that, we're going to be heading off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for support. The stream is going to be coming back online in a couple of hours, so make sure you're here for the final day of the HSL. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Ciao.